Hello, welcome to Brandon Socket. Please like, share, comment, and hit the subscribe button if you find this video useful. Today we're talking about lookalike audiences for Google and Facebook, and more importantly, how to retrieve the data really quickly from DealerSocket CRM, and then what formulas to create your spreadsheet in order to get the segments you need. So we are looking at a Honda store that I currently consult for, and basically we exported some Civic data, some Honda Civic data, and some Honda CRV data. Now I've hidden the VINs, phone numbers, and names for privacy reasons, but there's 15 columns that I pull from. First name, last name, city, state, postal code. I pulled phone numbers and email, birth date, purchase date, year, make, model, so on and so forth. Days, age, and range I picked myself. Now I think Google needs first name, last name, city, state, maybe postal code, and an email. And Facebook has different things that you need as well. So the more you pull, the more you have available to you, and you can delete it. Now, when I get this information into Excel, I immediately go to birth date, find the ones that don't have a value or a value that are unrealistic, like their birth date's in 2018 and they just bought a car, and I delete those rows because it's irrelevant. It's information that we can't use for this reason. But once I have that information, I filter the data and I create column P through R. And here's what I've done. Column P is basically taking, it's a days counter, so purchase date minus birth date equals a certain number of days. Okay. Q is days minus 365 to get a decimal point on years, so they were 25.01 years old. And then date range is a big long if statement. If certain parameters are met, then put this in the header. Okay. I've also filtered this data, so I need to unfilter it. So it's the age groups. My bad. My video wasn't ready. Sorry, I wasn't ready for you. Great. So there you go. So I have a days, an age, and a range. If you're having issues with your Excel spreadsheet, I do have a macro Excel spreadsheet you can use where column P, Q, and R already created. You just have to insert the first 15 rows based on the data you pull. I can go through that with you on a conference call. So now that we've got our information in, we've got our two models ready to go. The Dealer Age Groupings tab is just looking at that information on that page, and I've actually just typed these in. But essentially what it's doing is this column is counting on the Civic page how many 18 to 24-year-olds have that designation in that cell or that column, 105, 118, and then we break it down by percentage, okay? If you're familiar with Google, they go with awareness, consideration, and action type campaigns. I'm going to use CRV owners as an example. 4% of our sales comes from this age group. I'm only doing awareness campaigns. Why? They're not action-driven customers. It's not a big segment. It's a segment I can go after, but typically they represent a small portion of our sales. But 65 plus is the largest group. I probably know why. My father is 73 and he drives one. He sits up higher. He feels safe. He loves the technology. He sees everything. He just feels really good and it doesn't hurt his back. 18 to 24, it's more of a family vehicle. It's kind of like the minivan for kids, right? So they don't want one. But you can also send awareness campaigns to that age group at a very low cost per click, okay, or cost per view. So I just organize the data based on percentages. I might do action for, these people are ready to buy. And so we are talking about lookalike audiences. So I had a question recently of saying, how do we ensure quality leads? Like how, we really want to target Toyota, how do we conquest deals? Well, if you know that on Civic owners, 25 to 34-year-olds are your biggest client, we would simply come into our Civic data, take the range, and only select 25 to 34-year-olds. We got 118 of 650. I would copy that data, paste it in a new worksheet, create a CSV file, and you can upload that to Facebook and Google. And from there, you would create a lookalike audience. We want to take this audience of people who we know bought from us, create a lookalike audience who searched Toyota.ca, Hyundai.ca, Nissan.ca, Chevrolet.ca, whoever the competitor is. On Facebook, they like the Toyota page. They like the local dealers page. You can advertise to them. And since you know this age group represents a large portion of your sales, like 18 to 34, it's 52% of your sales comes from two age brackets. you might advertise heavily on those two with awareness and consideration type campaigns on the rest. So using the power of List Builder is basically where I got this information from. I just pulled model is like Civic and purchase date between. When I ran that list, I then exported to Excel and selected on the customer tab, first name, last name, address, city, state, province, postal, phone number, email, and birth date. On the vehicle tab, I pulled year, make, model, VIN, and purchase date. Okay, that gives me my 15 columns, and the rest is just formula based. I do have a macro spreadsheet ready to go in the next couple days that will have column P through R created for you, as well as this tab. You would simply enter, get column A through O, paste it in, and make sure the top model is the correct spelling of the model you want. I'm simply going to format this cell to represent that first model on this, this page. The only other settings you would have to change are count if you name it Civic Data, you just have to go, Ultima Data, Cruise Data, whatever model, whatever name that is, you would have to enter between the two quotation marks. Okay. Hope this video is useful. I don't think I've missed anything, but a really great and powerful way to use this data to advertise efficiently and effectively based on what you already know, your customer data. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and do hit the subscribe button. We'll see you soon.